In this presentation, we shall talk about the concept of competition. Competition is an important part of social life where individuals or groups struggle to achieve certain limited goals. While competition can sometimes lead to conflicts or disagreements, it is considered a necessary and healthy process. This is because resources such as money, attention, or power are scarce or limited, and people or groups must compete to get their share. For example, businesses compete to attract more customers, and athletes compete to win races or medals. What does competition mean? Competition is described as a social struggle that arises because resources are limited. While everyone wants the same thing, be it jobs, opportunities, or recognition, they naturally compete with one another. This struggle is a part of life, and although it can cause tension or conflicts, it also motivates individuals to work harder and improve themselves. For instance, students competing for limited scholarship or employees vying for promotions show how competition is a common aspect of human society. Here are a few definitions on competition. First, we have Bayes'. According to him, he says that competition is the striving of two or more persons for some goal, which is limited so that all cannot share it. He says that when two or more people aim for a goal, and this goal only one person or a group of persons can achieve, like a race or a contest. Ugadis says that competition is a contest to obtain something which does not exist in a quantity sufficient to meet the demand. Bugardis sees competition as striving for something that isn't available in enough quantity for everyone, such as limited job opportunities in a crowded market. Now, these definitions highlight that competition involves a struggle over a scarce resource. Horton and Hunt states that competition is the struggle for the possession of rewards which are limited in supply, goods, status, power, love, or anything. Horton and Hunt, they see competition as a struggle to gain limited rewards such as wealth, status, or power, or things that are restricted and not available to everyone at the same time. Anderson and Parker, competition is that form of social action in which we strive against each other for the possession or use of some limited materials and non-material goods. Anderson and Parker, according to them, competition involves social actions where people or group fight against each other for access to material goods like land or non-material things like fame and recognition. These different explanations show that competition can happen in many areas of life, both tangible and intangible. We shall now talk about the characteristics of competition. The first characteristic is competition is an impersonal struggle. This means that competitors, or the people who compete, usually do not know much about each other and compete as part of larger groups like companies, organizations, or countries. For example, two businesses selling similar products compete in the marketplace. For example, you may have many mobile companies nowadays, they all sell the same product in the market, yet they do not know each other. Nor do they have any direct contact with each other. The competition is based on market performance rather than personal feelings, making it impersonal in nature. Secondly, competition is universal. Another point is that competition is found everywhere. That is, it is universal. Throughout history and across all societies, people have competed for things like wealth, social status, and fame. Modern societies see competition in various forms, such as even during college admissions, job hiring, or even social class struggles. No matter the time or place, competition is a common feature of human life, driving progress and growth. Thirdly, competition is continuous and dynamic. Competition is never ending and is constantly changing. It happens in many areas of life. People compete for basic needs like food and shelter, and also for luxuries like better homes and cars and social status. This ongoing struggle motivates people to do better, to be more innovative, and to achieve higher goals. For example, athletes train continuously to beat records, and students aim for higher grades every year. This dynamic nature of competition keeps society moving forward. Fourthly, competition may be constructive or destructive. Not all competition is harmful. Some forms are positive and can benefit everyone. Healthy or constructive competition pushes individuals or groups to improve and innovate. For example, farmers competing to produce better crops or companies developing new technologies. Such competition promotes growth and progress. However, destructive competition exists when it leads to exploitation, unfair practices, or harming one another, like monopolies or dishonest business tactics. The key is that competition can be either beneficial or harmful depending upon how it is conducted. And lastly, competition causes social change. Finally, competition often leads to social change. When people compete, they tend to adopt new behaviors, ideas, or technologies to stay ahead. Over time, these changes can influence societal norms and structures. For example, competitive innovation has led to technological advances that transform how people live and work. Competition encourages societies to evolve as individuals and groups constantly seek better ways to live, which ultimately shapes social development over time. In conclusion, competition is a fundamental and universal social process driven by the struggle for limited resources, acting as a key catalyst for both individual motivation and societal evolution. It is characterized by its largely impersonal and continuous nature. It serves as a double-edged sword that can either promote healthy innovation and progress or lead to destruction, exploitation, depending upon its execution. Ultimately, by pushing individuals and groups to adopt new behaviors and technologies, competition functions as a dynamic engine for social change, shaping norms and development of societies throughout history.